Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Super License F1 podcast. My name's Rodney.
Yeah, my name is Zach.
Good to be talking to you, Zacko. How you been?
I don't think you've ever called me Zacko before. I'm well after that, being nailed down as Zacko. Finally, I found it. My nickname.
I finally nailed you down. You've had it too good for too long.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Always
wanted one Zacko the Kid on what pain of what did I do? What did I do in order for the manhunt of Rodney Gordon of Rogo to come and get me? Crimes against F1
probably
punditry.
Said that a band that I love were a bit mid, maybe? That would make me furious.
Yeah, Band of Horses. Give it up, Rod. They're fine.
Right. Well, you just signed your own death warrant there. I hope that you're in the mood to talk a little bit of F1. We've got a show to do. We do the F1 show where we talk about races, and when we're not doing that, we do this, which is where we talk about Drive to Survive, and it's our want to watch and talk about at the same time, because we can do two things at once. Drive to Survive, we call it Dare to Swear. Gets a bit sweary sometimes on our end. Gets a bit sweary on the F1 driver's end. It's their fault, really.
Yeah. Really, our challenge, our drive is to not talk about what's happening on screen more recently. So we just, and then I come back, so I was like, oh yeah, right, the thing. Yeah, look what's happening now. So what do we do, Rod? So the trick is, you're going to look. You can listen to this however you want. What we're about to say is more like the surface congestion you find on the front of the Cocoa Pops box. You know how like splashing into the bowl, like the milk is splashing in, and it's like amazing. What we're saying is you can put on this episode of Drive to Survive, which is Season 4, Episode 3, Tipping Point.
Yes,
and when we say go, I'll do a countdown in a moment. You can press go on your Netflix and sync it up, and we'll be talking about like what's happening on screen. And you've probably already watched all of Drive to Survive, but this is another way to this is new play. This is getting back into the same thing again, reusing the content, good for the environment, extracting maximum value out of your Netflix subscription, and if you're a Patreon, extracting maximum value out of your Patreon subscription to us too.
It's good for the planet to recycle things. We like to recycle content too, so that's what we're doing.
Cool.
Well, look, I think everyone's ready. Everyone that's trying to get ready to sync up with Netflix, which is a few people, they're already ready. They're ready to go. Everyone else is just bloody waiting for us to get on with it. So I reckon we just say go. You give us a countdown, and we get into it.
Okay, here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Dun dun.
Dun, dun. So what do we call this one? Tipping point. Is that right?
Yes, the tip.
What's at a tipping point?
I wonder. I can't remember which episode this is.
Max Verstappen.
Christian Horner doing posh man things. He's either that was a good transition though, right? Him shooting the clay target and it popping into the fireworks.
It's called a visual cut, graphic match, something like that. I've studied cinema. I know these things.
I don't think he's doing anything to dissuade the feeling that or the perception that he's just posh man about the countryside who also just happens to run an F1 team.
So is there a word for that? I feel like I want to say dandy, but that's not right. But what's a word for someone who's incredibly posh?
A bit of a toff, maybe?
A bit of a toff, definitely.
Yeah.
Big time.
He's a toffee.
Like he's like kind of got like aristocrat vibes.
Yes. He doesn't seem like a brutal efficiency man. He seems kind of like all vibes. Which, you know, as a vibesman myself, I think that's interesting. But yeah, look, he definitely is like, you know what, when I'm not racing Formula One cars around the world, I am shooting pigeons, riding horses, and playing with my dogs.
Look, it's just good vibes. We're all about good vibes here. Fucked vibes? No, thank you. Leave them at the door. Good vibes only.
He's a diagonal hugger as well. He went in for he turned his body and went one low, one high on the hug as opposed to the wraparound.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to say he's only showing affection to his kids for the cameras, but he is going a bit overboard there, I think. I feel I'm not saying he's never like that with his kids, but he's going to a bit of a length for the cameras a bit.
Well, yeah.
Also, this episode.
But maybe this is kind of true, though, because like he mustn't be around that much. Like he's away at Formula One a lot of the time. You know, I love this kid. It's got like the strawberry blonde hair from Jerry. It's like, I'm surprised all your kids aren't like the redheads. Because Christian Horner has a little bit of it looks like he's got a little bit of the redheadedness about his
it's kind of ginga
setup. Yeah, a little bit. He's putting the red back in Red Bull. He's got a Red Bull thing as well.
Of course he does. That was a gift from Helmet, I reckon. Well, not even a big Red Bull. It's a kid size. Like there's a kid literally sitting on it like it's a toy.
Didn't
bull.
have big cojones though. I'm surprised that like Helmut Marko wasn't just like make sure he got big brass balls at the back as well.
Like he does.
All those yachts are gone. They've all been taken back from off the oligarchs.
That's what happens. They've been seized for fucked vibes. This episode's called Tipping Point. Before we go any further, last time I think we were awkwardly trying to think up like cliche kind of sayings that are meaningless but could apply to anything. We did a super bad job, but I've got a list here of a couple. These could easily be like Drive to Survive episode names. Read between the lines. Play your cards right. Uphill battle. Better safe than sorry. Can't judge a book by its cover.
Yes.
Low hanging fruit. Ignorance is bliss. Any of those could easily be. I mean, this TV show literally may have the worst episode titles of any TV show.
Do you think that they sometimes try to subvert that though as well? So if you've got like don't judge a book by its cover, I feel like Drive to Survive would then do like book cover judged as the name of the thing, judging a book or something like that, like trying to put a fun swing on it. Like sometimes. What were some of the other ones you had in there?
Well, yeah, let me pull them. Let me get them back on screen. I got a multi-screen it here.
Yeah.
Better safe than sorry. Uphill battle.
Yeah, I could imagine it would be like safe but not sorry.
Play your cards right. Cards played right.
Yeah. Like just changing those things up bits and pieces.
Or ignorance is bliss. Could be bliss is ignorance.
Yeah. I really like this difference. I loved that like Christian was like nice and chill and Toto was like faster, more.
faster.
Now we're
faster,
talking.
faster.
Get there. Go over the waves.
He doesn't look like he's enjoying it.
Let me fly off the back.
All. He really looks just miserable.
Well,
I mean, he's getting slammed in the face by wind, of course, but...
Do you think he's the kind of man who's like fun through pain? Like he's grimacing in the gym, but he's
got a resting grimace face.
He does
Susie,
kind of have
course,
a resting
looks immaculate.
Face. Susie's little
she could be like she could be Princess Monaco.
Yeah, exactly. Every time she talks as well, I just really like listening to her. Though she's so cogent, and this episode features her quite a lot, actually, and is just super smart and has that perfect blend as well. Had been a racer, had gone pushed through adversity, tried to make it worked at multiple teams, and is now just like fucking killing it. I really liked her in this season.
Well, we always
put that
have.
in our
We've
full
always
season
liked
review. Her. Yeah. They're also just like power couple of racing. I love that too. There's edgy dance music playing according to the commentary. It's edgy.
The subtitles turned on and it says edgy dance music plays.
Cool sounds, great vibes felt by all.
I'm fully abled and I watched this TV show and I didn't know that it was edgy dance music.
Yeah, exactly. I like that Checo Perez is like, who's this race suit for? Why is it so big? I'm a skinny man. I'm a skinny little lad. What's going on?
He's just a little wee dude.
Yeah. No, you don't, Max. Although, it's all fine and good when you're winning. Yeah, maybe that's enough.
More stretching, engineers stretching. I'm here for it. I'm all about it.
I thought they'd have a special kind of stretching. I'm a little bit disappointed that they just do regular stretching.
Like a proprietary stretch.
Yeah, exactly. They do it behind closed doors so none of the other teams can steal.
So no one can see them.
Yeah.
They wear like camouflage clothes with the white and black zigzags so that no one can see the manner of the stretch.
Yeah.
Well, I might recommend that to them. Lots of masks I'm noticing. I feel like, I don't know, have the masks dropped off a bit this year or is it just me?
Yeah. The masks have dropped off this year. This was, because, this is peak COVID season, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in European locations. So, yeah, I think the masks this year are more dependent on the space and on the regulation for each race as opposed to the individuales.
Yeah, there was lots of talk of bubbles, people being in bubbles, drivers being in bubbles or sub-teams.
Suck my bubbles, that kind of stuff.
Suck my bubbles, honey, all that stuff. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, I hope that Max and his girlfriend are in a bubble together, a smooch.
It's good to see them hanging out while both wearing masks and then just having an open mouth kiss on the lips. But good on them. Yeah. I mean, it's nice to have a kiss on the lips.
Exactly.
It's pretty good.
But it's not a contract. It's very nice.
It's not All right, what are we talking about here? There's not been a happy hunting ground for Max at Monaco. Sure fucking hasn't. He sure likes.
He's the only one who can take on Lewis Hamilton, according to Christian Horner.
Well, this could be the tipping point.
Oh, do you think so?
Don't know. I mean, it's an uphill battle.
I mean, I think everyone's just got to play their cards right.
I don't think we should judge the track by its cover.
No, exactly. Oh, Daniel, you seem not too downbeaten just
you're
yet.
here too. Have you heard, breaking news, a Formula One fictional TV show is in development to star Daniel Ricciardo. Have you heard about this?
No.
Oh, I'll pull up the news so that I get it right. Ricciardo TV show.
Oh, by the way, that was so
HBO
true.
or something
Here at
like
Monaco,
that.
pole position is vital. Just from Christian Horner there.
Daniel Ricciardo is producing a scripted Formula One TV show with Hulu. This is breaking news from the last day or two.
Hulu?
It is what people tune in to Dare to Swear for. Blah, 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 blah. The upcoming Hulu series joins an F1 movie starring Brad Pitt at Apple TV, where we covered all that.
Are they in the same universe? The F1-iverse?
Blah, blah, blah. Cut to the end, and it says... the Hollywood Reporter tells us the 8-time Grand Prix winner is executive producing a half-hour scripted series for Hulu.
Okay.
So he is executive producing a scripted TV show. Crazy.
Well, he's always in the US, so it's probably at Hulu's offices, like,
Is that how TV
punching up
works? You're just in the US, therefore you get a show?
I think a lot of stuff made for US television, like, I think that's why everybody's in LA, because that's where it happens. I don't think you can really do it from anywhere else. You got to have meetings and talk about vibes, and then be like, what I think is important is that we really capture how hard it is to be an Australian Formula One driver. Stuff like that. You go out for a coffee lunch. You do something cool, like
I'm
a
sold.
cigarette.
Green light.
Yeah, exactly.
We start shooting next week. So I don't know. There we go. I mean, we did talk a while ago when all of these projects started to pop up. We were like, we've got to do special episodes about all these things. We don't need to do like this for every single thing that comes out. But we probably have to. We might watch it if we check it out anyway. And if we have feelings, we have thoughts. Might as well share them.
Exactly. So I'm just laughing at the fake commentary that they pump into this show. Which is
what was it this time?
Charles Leclerc is on pole, but if Max Verstappen can go faster in his Red Bull, he'll take pole. Like, I mean, if you're into episode 3 of Drive to Survive season 4, I think you might know how qualifying works.
I know. I haven't worked it out
Push,
yet.
go faster. You should drive faster.
You should drive to survive. Yeah, this is getting really bad.
Do you reckon we should stay at Monaco or get rid of it? Junk it?
Look, I like when we're there. I like it, except crash. Leclerc is in the wall.
Qualifying on purpose on pole. Will Charles Leclerc ever win at Monaco? Good question, Zach. No.
Well, you're really asking myself 2 questions there. I mean, as long as Ferrari are competitive, he's a chance, right? I think he's no chance if Ferrari aren't competitive, and he happens to be driving there.
Yeah. It's hard to see Charles Leclerc at a different team, isn't it?
Doesn't he have one of those insane contracts that's like 6 more years or something?
Yeah.
Have I got that right?
Yeah. It's something like that. But he's probably got a buyout clause or something, right? That if when Porsche come into the sport and they're like, cool, we want the best young thing and we want Charles Leclerc. Hey Ferrari, here's €100 million. Let him go.
You need the money. You're Ferrari. You definitely need the money. Here's $100 million. Like, oh, whoops, no, you made that waking up this morning.
Yeah.
Who has been at Ferrari that did well, that then went to another team and also did well? Is there anybody?
Fernando Alonso?
Where was he after he left Ferrari? Where did he go where he did well?
That's a good point. Did he have two? Who had a couple of bites at the Ferrari cherry?
You might go like
Raikkonen?
Rubens Barrichello went to Brawn and they did quite well. But, other than that, I mean, he didn't win the championship or anything. He just happened to be in a car that was on fire that year in a good way. But it's hard to think of anyone else that was like, oh, yeah, you know how Massa went to Williams and then, like, no, he went real bad.
Yeah, I think that's what's so interesting about Carlos Sainz and Charles Leclerc, right? Is that Ferrari usually get people who are older and more, who like have consistent performance, and they've taken a couple of punts on a couple of up and comers.
Yeah, of course.
Up and comers I use in like the university up and comers, not like, oh my god, they've stepped out of Formula 2 and they're straight into F1. So it's people tend to almost end their careers, or Ferrari seems to try to capture them at the like right at the peak, like they've been at peak for a year or two, and it's like, now you're the best, step into this car. So people don't, like, there isn't anything, there is nowhere else to go. Like, they're already giving you the biggest contract. They're already giving you the best stuff. You probably already won some things. Maybe not.
We have to acknowledge that Toto is ordering breakfast.
Oh,
This is, I would love to see the continuing arc over the years of Toto ordering and eating breakfast in the show. I think this is a super cut in the making.
Also, get this man an iPad. Like, surely Tim Cook is looking at this and being like, why are you looking at these tiny charts? He's probably got, look, Toto probably has bionic eyes. So, you know, he can look at any tiny screen. But it's like, how is he looking at the detail on those charts and going, yes, you know what? I can see what you mean by us being
a little red bit and then
slower.
the little green bit that's a little bit less than the red bit. I want the green bit to be bigger than the red bit.
I want more green, guys. Come on, every day, more green.
Yeah.
A significant and seismic day for the Drivers' Championship, right?
Thanks, Crofty.
Yeah, this episode is kind of, I mean, I'm doing my best here, but this is a lot of detail for we are lots of minutes in. We are 13 minutes in, and we've had a little bit of qualifying, and now we're on the race day, and it's all been the same track. And I do remember this episode the first time I watched it being like, oh, there's a nice insight, but nothing that was so insightful. Maybe it's just in contrast to the rest of the episode.
This is someone who's committed. We will have a whole episode this season about Monaco, whatever happens. We will make the story about it.
I mean, look, this is incident, like, although this is true, right? For the actual, as far as races go, this weekend was pretty devastating, like pretty dramatic for Charles Leclerc. He was quickest. He crashed in qualifying. His gearbox gives out in his hometown.
Yeah. Well, I think we've uncovered something here because as he drove past the pit box, you can hear Christian Horner saying, yeah, his gearbox is done. As he drove past, I smelt it. And we all know, we know the saying, we know what happens to those who smelt it.
Whoever smelt
so I'm calling
dealt
sabotage.
It. I thought you were going to say that whilst Toto Wolff might have great eyes, Christian Horner has great nose. And maybe that's what makes the difference.
That's through the mask he smelt that. I mean, he's giving it 120%.
Underneath that mask, he's got the vacuum sensors that are pulling in all the fibres.
Is there any sense that your body has that couldn't be improved by technology? Like you could have bionic, contact lenses. You could put special things in your nose, like a hearing aid.
Can I add a sense?
Can you add a new
sense? One sense
what would it be? Nonsense. Wetness. Can't you already experience wetness?
Humans can't sense whether something's wet or not.
Wetness.
Yeah, so you know when you go to take your washing off the line in the winter, right? You're not sure if it's cold or wet?
Yeah, right.
You can't sense the wetness. So we use proxies. We use coldness by touch. We use smell to see if it kind of smells like...
Yeah, smells wet.
Damp. But... Yeah. It's because we can't sense it, but other animals can. Like frogs can sense wetness through their little bits, through their paws. Their paws, hands. Their digits.
Well,
anyway.
Look, we're often racing in Monaco. Toto is just not happy. But, I don't know, things are looking good for Red Bull.
This was good. Seeing more of Bottas and his... I didn't even think they gave Bottas a head mechanic or something. I just thought they just let him work it out on the day. And every now and again told him to slow down.
Do whatever you want.
Through. Yeah, get out there and drive. Drive the wheels off it, mate. But keep the wheels on. You go out there and have fun. Just drive with the vibes. So slow. It's over. It's over, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what do you want to do about it? Overtake him then if he's so slow. Lewis, if Gasly's so slow, just overtake him. Don't worry, we got our mate Bottas. He's going to chase down everybody down.
Who's
Lewis asking Bottas to show them more. He's like, I'm just fucking driving the best I can. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
This is my best and final.
I truly think the last thing I would say to a Formula 1 driver, driving especially at Monaco, is just need you to try a bit harder.
Yeah, could you go faster? It's always one or the other with these bloody garages too, isn't it? It's always you're going too fast or you're not going fast enough. I suppose you wouldn't say anything, right?
This is it. This is where it's all going to happen in the pits.
I do like watching Max Verstappen drive around though. Like he's very, very, very good at driving. Just so true, I know, but he's very smooth.
Yeah, of course.
Go, Lewis. Where are you going?
Oh no! Oops! Oh
fuck! I mean, Bottas.
Toto knows the vibes are fucked on this pit stop.
And you know what? They had a problem when they were practicing.
Did they?
You know,
I don't
bloody
remember that.
fucking Christian Horner be the guy who would clap somebody double faulting. Like, stop clapping when
he
people
would
are
cheer
having a
if,
bad
if
pit
his
stop.
opponent got injured.
I love these guys. I mean, don't strip it. It's done. No, he's already
it's absolutely
dead.
cooked, boys. This is the one that they couldn't even take off for that entire day, and it was still on there the next day. That's how slow the pit stop was. More than a
Why
day.
don't they try some, you know, like some dishwashing detergent, stuff like that?
Yeah, you get that tape, like when you change a shower head and you got to make it waterproof, you put the tape on there and you try again. Look, I've
The
seen
tape
enough
knows if something's wet.
TikTok videos or like, you know, Facebook watch videos about handy tips. I mean, I can fix pretty much anything right now. Give me a straw,
God.
some glue.
It
and
always
some
involves a
willpower.
straw,
I'll do anything.
some glue, some tape, and a plastic bottle that's been chopped up somehow.
Yeah.
Melt
Good
this
vibes.
plastic bottle onto this thing. Now,
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Yes, that sort of thing.
I've decided in my mind that I'm only going to go to Monaco if I can go as a VIP.
I feel like the good news is you go to Monaco, you are a VIP.
Ooh, that's true. So true.
So Max 1, is it the tipping point yet? Max 1.
Yep, that was the tipping point where
Well, we did it.
Mercedes...
Thanks very much for listening. We'll see you next week. Michael Ben Rod. Wait, there's still 20 minutes of this episode to go.
Yeah, we're going to be there for the entire autopsy that they're describing. But yeah, I mean, this is the tipping point because it shows that Mercedes usually is so reliable in things like pit stops and all that kind of stuff. We're found out this weekend. And then Ferrari, even with all their skill, passion, and vibes, were too big for their britches. And so really, it was only Red Bull, the most balanced of the teams, a balance of heart, mind, and skill, could be the ones to tame Monaco.
Lots of... it's a good podium. It's good that they do it up high now. I think they used to do it down low. But now they're actually
slow.
elevated, which is nice. Yes, that's exactly right. Everybody famously said that. We're
Jerry's got
getting
a nice
cherry-eyed view.
Mrs. Horner there has a really cool face mask that's like kind of like crocheted. Like it's got like nice styling on it. It's cool.
It's a shame they don't ask people what they're wearing, like like Martin Brundle. Just what are you wearing, like at the Oscars or something?
I really wonder if Max ever gets sick of Christian Horner talking to him like he knows a little bit about what Max is doing. Like, oh, looks like you're out there really cruising, mate. And I wonder if Max is like, yeah. Like, you know, someone who's played like amateur like cricket, like talking to like Sachin Tendulkar, being like, oh yeah, true. I mean, that cover drive you pulled off today.
How was that
beautiful.
batting out there today? Hey, am I right?
Yeah, ooh, I can imagine
it's very
it was
small talk
pretty
and
hot.
very. It's just straight down the line, isn't it?
Yeah, like we're equals. It's like no, Max is an amazing driver, and you were fine.
Yeah, I think about the same things you think about. Lots of shots of Nico Rosberg here for some reason.
He's got pretty sweet hair.
Well, I mean, he always dresses sharply, of course, but
I could not wear all white like that. Like to a Formula One race, all white,
yeah,
Jerry?
in this economy, forget about it.
I mean, it's gunky, there's oils around and dirt flying. And where did you stand the whole time? How did you keep
It reminds me of the guy from Mythbusters who would wear the black long sleeve shirt, but then a white shirt over the top, so that if he had to work, he would just rip off the white shirt, do the work, and then when he was finished, put the white shirt back on. He's ready to go. He can go to dinner with the Queen.
Yeah, that's right. I don't understand all these people with their white trainers. How they keep them so white? Are they washing them every single day? Do they only take
I used to wear white trainers at work, and I would literally go to work in my dirty shoes, change them, wear my clean white shoes at work, and then leave them at work at the end of the day so that they were always there. Never got
That's good.
a single drop of water on them. It was great.
That's very good. Like, I'll make food choices now. If I'm wearing... I went out to a live podcast recording on Monday night, actually, the Stadio podcast.
What was this?
This was Stadio, the football podcast.
Right.
Shout out to Ryan Hunn and Musa Okwonga, the host of that show. It's one of my favourite sports shows, if not other than my own, of course. No, it's the best football podcast going around, and they were had a very intimate live show and had a lovely chat with Musa afterwards, which was really, really, really good. Took some time
cool.
to have a nice deep conversation, which was great. But I went out with my friend Phil, who you know, and we had dinner beforehand, and I chose my burger somewhat based on the fact that I was wearing a white shirt, and I was like, I can't have anything too slippy sloppy.
Don't
I need something
want to
that's
embarrass
like,
myself in front of Musa.
Yeah. Or anyone. Because, I liked that white shirt. So, yeah. I wonder if Jerry Halliwell made food choices based on what she was wearing just then. As anyone would. I think if they want to keep
she
their
might have
white
just had a backup outfit to wear.
Backup outfit. Yeah, exactly. Oh, I love this. Now we're just whipping through all the races that Max goes and wins after Monaco. It's like, that was the tipping point.
For an episode called Tipping Point, we've seen now 3 races. So this was one of the things that people called out. That shot there of Christian Horner waving to the Red Bull fans. Apparently that's not from this track. So, oops, it's embarrassing. That's egg on the face of the producers here. Big mistake there. Hope you're all embarrassed and feel bad about yourself.
Yeah. I think we're at the tipping point of the episode.
Just allergic
where we
to
suddenly get a lot of information.
Yes.
And that was it. Lewis Hamilton never won a race again.
And he's dead now. So sad.
Oh my God.
Can't believe that was the tipping point.
Don't say that.
Of his life.
Remember how, Dave Shipker and Graham Clark always say, stop my stuff, you can't say someone's dead or not, true. Because then you go and check and they are. Don't. I'm editing it. I'm editing that out.
All right, fine. Go ahead. No, we stand Lewis. Yeah. We stand him and stand by him.
That was a beautiful pain au chocolat as well.
Yeah.
Sitting there.
Wow.
Toto Wolff reading the Financial Times.
The kid looks more like Susie, I reckon, than Toto.
That kid at some point is going to decide, I'm not going to be a Formula 1 driver, I'm going to be a Formula 1 administrator and be a boss. And I'm going to run UBS and then I'm going to take over.
Mum, Dad, I've chosen the exciting life of spreadsheets for myself.
Dad will be like, yes. You can make Excel do anything.
Yes, exactly. Pivot tables, etc.
Yeah. Do you think the difference is that when Christian Horner's at home, he doesn't wear branded gear, and Toto Wolff is sitting there in he only wears that Mercedes? I don't think I've seen Toto Wolff outside of that white shirt.
I feel like he wore that shirt.
Look at him. He looks like he slept in it.
It looks a bit. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say. It looks like he slept in it.
He's probably got those
the
tattooed
the
on his
under
body.
the buttons. What would you call that? Trimming treatment? I don't know. I do like that on the shirt though.
Oh yeah. A little bit of detailing.
Just sort of pokes out, but then the rest of it's covered by the buttons. I don't know what you call that, but I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like when a jacket has some the inside of the jacket is all colourful and nice.
What do they call that?
It's just for
Flashy lining or statement lining, I think they call it.
Yes, I've got a leather bomber jacket that is purple lining on the inside.
Oh yes, please.
Oh yeah.
We're at Silverstone, your second home race.
Yeah, which I've never been to. It's on this weekend. People asked me if I was going, and I was like, "Is it that this weekend?" And they're like, "You do it." Well, I can't. It's all there's lots of stuff happening.
Yeah, look, I've got a lot of things going on in my life.
Exactly. You know what I am doing? I might not be going to Silverstone this weekend, but I'm going to the women's final in Wimbledon in a week and a half.
Get out of town.
Yeah, I know, right?
Wow.
I got tickets in the ballot in 2019, and it didn't happen in 2020. And then they said, we don't know how crowds are going to work in 2021, so we're going to hold on to your ticket, and you can choose to keep it for 2022. So I did. Work. So yeah. Bought this ticket in 2019 and I'm finally going to get to use it.
Nice.
Stupid Ash Barty, though, retired. We get to see her in the final.
Look, I'm sure that she's as disappointed as you.
Look, she'll probably go be a world-class golfer and then become a Formula 1 driver and then become the Prime Minister. She's great. So,
we're quite deep into this episode. We just had our first glimpse of Will Buxton for the episode. More than 20 minutes into this episode, I point out. It's deep.
Susie Wolff is doing a better job.
It's true.
I can't believe we didn't let Susie sit in the front.
Power move.
It is a power move.
So they must have a personal driver, right? Or the team gives them a driver? I think often you see Formula 1 people, drivers or team principals or whatever, they kind of almost relish the idea to drive. You see them drive quite a lot.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's the smart move, though, because you've got work to do. Adrian Newey always said that, right? That he always had a driver so he could work in the drive.
Okay, right, yeah.
On the way
I don't know. I feel like it could also just be that Toto gets a bit car sick, so he's like, look, I'm a bit of a weakling and I have to sit in the front seat. That's okay, please.
I only get car sick if I'm not driving.
But that could be because you're reading a book or looking at your phone or something, and that's when you get car sick.
That's probably it. It's probably because I'm distracted.
When you're looking out at the road and out the windows, often you're better. I found that if I rode the bus, I would get really travel sick. But if I was on a train or something, fine. So, I don't know. Look, to each their own. Get sick if you want. Live your life.
But stay hydrated. Stay full of food. And don't be afraid. Just say, look, I get car sick. So I do need to sit in the front. You don't want to get halfway through, like, into the drive and then be like, oh, I feel like shit. And then if people had known, they would have offered you the front seat, mate. So take it.
Exactly.
You know, don't be too afraid to ask. People are scared of what what's going to happen. You know, you got to ask sometimes. Max Verstappen asked, you know, hey, can I be the number one driver and can you get rid of Daniel? And they said, of course.
Can I please do that? And they said, we'll definitely get rid of Ricardo. Don't even want him. Like Ricardo, who forgotten all about it.
Put a voodoo curse on him so that he'll never be good again.
And then he hasn't, and then he died. He died in the show. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, because this is fictitious.
Yes, it's a fictitious show. Him and Lewis die, you know. It's kind of like a Thelma and Louise thing. They drive off a cliff and it's poignant.
I wish more drivers would wear cool shit to the Formula One. Why is it only Lewis? Like, I want to see
cool shit.
He had really cool Pumas on then, and he had interesting like basketball shorts.
So they showed a shot before. They showed a shot before of him arriving, and he was wearing this. And I was like, "This is good. I'm here for this." Often Lewis arrives at the track wearing garbage clothes that he found on the street or something, and he looks shit, and I hate it.
But it's fashion, right?
But this is a good
fashion.
Look. That, like I said, it's shit. That's what fashion is.
I mean, you are people who come to you for looks and fits advice. That's what they do.
But he deliberately wears
t-shirts are
clothes that are like, he's like, it's all purple and it's like 7 feet wide and 3 feet high. And it's like it's just stuff that's not stuff that people would wear. But he wears it because he's like, that's why, because I'm so cool. Oh, you're afraid to wear this? I'm not afraid to wear it, man.
I mean, I am.
All right, man. Jeez, just wear some cool clothes. Like, just look cool. I respect that more.
You should come dressed as the Formula One car. What do you think of these blue and purple pants?
Come dressed as a Formula One car. Okay, like a Voltron or something.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, the pants, I don't like the pattern, but I mean, this is actually a pretty normal look for him.
Yeah. I like the idea, though, that he would turn up as Formula One car and be like, where's Lewis? And then, you know, he's on the grid and then... Bloop, 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 and there
yes, exactly. They're like, but if there's the car, then where's the... Oh, God, it breaks my brain. You can't be the car because I'm the car.
The subtitles would read, you know, confused murmuring.
Yes, confused murmuring.
I like this. He was being, you know, like, as he said, he's like, getting COVID was really bad. It really fucking sucked. It made it really hard for my life. And I'm just trying to be chill. I don't want everybody to feel like they can't approach me, but at the same time, I don't want to catch COVID. So, like, I'm wearing my mask. I'm being cool. I'm talking to everybody. He's great. Everybody loves it.
He gives a lot at the Silverstone weekend. He gives a lot.
I think, he gives a lot all the time. I mean, we'll save
it's kind of true. But he gives more
stuff probably for the main pod.
Man. Hasn't that been ridiculous lately?
It's been fucked up, but I love his, not that he should have to feel like he has to respond, but his response is just so like, no. This is a reflection of someone's beliefs and cultures and the systems that are at play here, not just one guy making an offhand remark. That's just like, this shows that we haven't come as far as we expect to. And
exactly.
Yeah, I mean, and look, Red Bull dumped De Vries, their support driver too, for another racist remark. So, yeah, at least the sport's... I mean, it's all over the shop. Again, maybe not...
Best response is to just get out there and just drive as fast as you can. As fast as Max Verstappen renouncing racism. Just that fast.
Yeah. Perfect. God, it's so sunny.
I got a feeling this is gonna fucking pop off here big time, is what my prediction is. I don't know. It's got some, like, this. It's just... my waters, you say that I can't sense water, but I tell you, my waters are going off their fucking cluckers here. Something's up.
Off their fucking cluckers. Now that is a good Drive to Survive episode title. Off the fucking cluckers.
We could do that, like alternate Formula One.
Yes, that's what we should be naming our episodes. Titles. We need to take the one, and so what's this one called again? It's called Tipping Point. We should call it Tipsy Point or something. Flipping Point.
Sure. That other
Tipping
one with
point,
Ricardo
more like flipping
was
pints.
what if I can't.
Remember to focus. Yeah, mate. cheers. Fucking hell. So true. I'm driving a Formula One car.
Yeah, just in case you weren't focused, I'm just reminding you now. Like, I was focused before he said that. Thanks, mate.
Although they've all got... That's the difference. Bono being like, don't get too mad, relax. And then Horner just doing the most tough thing. This might get a bit fruity. It's like, fucking say the thing that you want to say. Like, this is going to be mental, man. Chill.
So these interviews probably recorded after, probably selectively edited to spice this up a little bit.
Yeah.
Lewis is a fighter. Look at that. I mean,
he's a lion in the. You've got to be a lion in the car, and then Christian Horner saying that like, Max will use everything in his armory. I don't know if I want to fight a lion with a gun.
You reckon? Yeah, probably like Indiana Jones style. Like the lion's just sitting there swinging a saber around, and you're just like, whatever, lion, boom, bang with the gun. Yeah,
Indiana shot first.
Exactly. They've really hyped this now, though, this opening lap, and boy, it's getting tense.
I've heard that those aren't even the lights from Silverstone.
You know what? I mean, this show is fake news. That's what it is. This whole season didn't even happen. This is all just like cuts from other seasons.
Did you see that video that was going around of Hamilton? You've seen it. It's not that new, but Hamilton describing like someone handed him a steering wheel for a show, and they were asking him like, okay, like a lot of buttons on there, how do you go? And it's like fucking pressing the buttons all the time, every corner you're changing the brake balance. That's right, yeah. Like, I was just like, fuck. Like, no wonder the F1 games are so hard.
Well, yeah. I can barely even master steering. Got the feeling it's about to get real bad.
It's gonna get fruity. It's getting fruity, Rod.
I mean, geez. I mean, we're about to get to it. I still maintain Lewis had space. He could have done more, but anyway, it is what it is. Cheering. It is a good battle while it lasted.
Yeah, leave me too. Just let me do the thing. Don't talk to me mid-corner.
Yeah.
Here we go. He's got him so
just
easily.
Wanted to remind you, stay focused.
Zoom. Drive.
Oh, I'm chasing. Good one.
Nope. He doesn't have that much room, Rod. He was on the limit.
A whole other car width.
Yeah, but he would have locked up. Yeah, but he would have locked. You can't just like turn in harder. Like
but
he's like
can't
it's a
also
fast
say
corner.
There was no space. There was.
No, but he was right on the limit of turn. Nah. Fuck that, man.
Got in there too hot.
Yeah, Max just wanted to wanted to put pressure on, and he just ended up on the wrong end of it, and that's what happens sometimes.
Yeah, look, I'm not suggesting any.
Why do you love Max so much?
I'm not suggesting any
this bloody agenda. I come on every week, and you're always bigging up Max.
Famously, I love Max Verstappen. No, I'm just saying he got in too hot, and it was an accident. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying that Max, to say that it was Max's fault is not right.
It's a rough crash, though.
Your whole body goes 51 G's or something.
That's how I'd feel.
God,
I had like 6 pints last night, and I'm 34 years old. Fuck.
Oh,
that's how it feels.
I mean, I wish. I mean, you famously do all your best podcast recording when you're hungover.
I didn't personally have 6 pints last night. That's too much for a Tuesday.
No, Max.
Would you prefer scattered applause or no applause?
I'd polite applause. I'll take it.
Polite applause.
Polite applause only, please.
He looks dazed. Like if he was
it's crazy.
an AFL player, they'd be like, "You are not going back out onto the field. You are doing a concussion test." He doesn't know where he is.
Yeah, I mean he's on his feet at least. He's walking. He looks fine, but little do you know, a few hours later, dead.
Rod, why are you doing this?
Can you believe it?
What did you do?
I'll tell you, Formula One's a funny old game.
Oh God. I'm
just doing it in so
I love
many
it doesn't
that
even
you can't
say his
possibly
name.
edit them out.
There's Lewis Hamilton, there's all the other drivers. I was just giving him space, that guy. Oh, Michael Massey. Blast from the past. You know what, Rod? Haven't seen him around for a while. What do you reckon happened to him?
He's fine.
No.
I saw him the other day. He was at the gym.
Yeah.
It's great.
In the gym, yeah.
he's living life to the fullest. I can't mess around with him because he legitimately could go, get taken out by the powers that be. So they're talking. Obviously, this is where it's all going.
I do like this though. He's gotten away with lots of maneuvers. Like that's a funny way of putting it. Like not just lots of moves or actions, maneuvers. Jenny Gow. We're just all Jenny Gow all the time, please.
Yeah. Again, why is she only coming in now? Could have used her when I needed to understand whether or not a driver should go faster in qualifying or not.
Yeah. These are the tyres. They go on the car. They make sure that the car sticks to the road and then it moves forwards and backwards.
So I think we're getting to the real tipping point here, which is like we've gone from good, clean racing to like the battle's on.
Oh, so you think that's the tipping point, that it's
I think so. I think it might even be a
no
double
holds
meaning,
barred,
maybe even a triple meaning.
Gauntlet thrown, the gloves are
exactly.
off?
Yeah.
Perhaps?
It's the tipping point. I think it's an uphill battle.
Yeah. Yeah. He didn't cause it, though. Fake news.
Well,
Suspended
Michael
at least.
Massey
What's the
disagrees.
next thing after that?
Look, it's
Expelled?
literally the only mistake that Michael Massey made that whole year. So, look, no one's perfect.
Also, if Helmut Marko's saying he should be suspended at least, what's the at least? Like, what's the next thing? Expelled from racing?
Yeah.
Like, for that crash, his
Like,
super
no
license and his
iPhone
regular
from
license should be removed. He should never be allowed to set foot in a car again.
That's it. Yeah.
It's pretty quiet.
And he has to he has to be my personal servant for a week.
Why do they have to do it this way? Why don't they let them do the
This
pit
was another
stop
thing.
and stop?
I think this was another thing where they were like, it's a 10-second penalty, and they edit it into like 45 seconds or something bizarre, crazy like that. Again, it's
I
just,
wonder why they regulate it this way, though. Why can't you do your pit stop and then say, now, Al, do the changes on the car and then do your 10 seconds? Why do you have to do it in that order?
So I guess there would be an argument of like, well, when are you finished? What if there's the tyre problem? Like when do you consider you've finished working on the car?
Yeah.
It's just
When
not
do
as
they
clean
consider
as
the
when
10
you drive in,
seconds
you
starting
can't
as
touch
soon
the
as he
car.
stops? How do they keep track of that?
Yeah. Well, they time
It's
it.
easy, I suppose.
With a clock, man?
They probably time it. They use a timer. Yeah.
They've thought
Yeah.
of everything.
They probably
I
have.
wonder what happens if you move a little bit. Does the timer start again?
Yep. If you rock the car a little bit, they're like, you didn't stay perfectly still.
Yeah. Yeah, far out.
That is proper Lewis. I've seen up and down Lewis, but this is some proper Lewis.
You know what this might be? It might be hammer time.
He's all pretty good when there's nothing to do, when there's no one in front of him and he doesn't have to compete, isn't it? You just drive around really
well,
fast.
he's got to chase. Doesn't he have to chase down Leclerc? Isn't that the point?
Yeah, he's got to chase down Bottas, get
Team
past
order,
him.
do not fight Lewis.
Always
Yeah,
really
we do.
difficult. Don't fuck with him. Okay. Copy.
Yeah, copy.
Copy.
I can do. That's my impression of Valtteri Bottas. Copy. That's all I can do.
Okay. Copy. Who's Padros?
I'm learning
That's the
so many
Spurs guy.
people. There's Ricky.
Padros.
There's Padros.
G'day, Padros. How's it going?
Nice to meet you. Welcome to Super License. I'm Rodney.
Yeah.
He loves these stories for himself, like winning from the back, or I got a bad, like started raining just after I pitted, or like he loves that scenario and then fighting.
But is that the classic, like, is that just the one long interview he did at the start of the season, and then they pull quotes like that to suit the narrative? I don't think this interview was
probably.
specifically about that race.
Yeah, very
He was
likely.
just telling the one anecdote about, like, they probably asked him, like, so tell us about your approach to racing and, like, what drives you. And he'd be like, well, I was always the last kid chosen on the park. I was only a black kid, so I chose sport. I always took those opportunities to prove myself and let, like, my performance do the talking.
Yeah.
And it's like, that matches perfectly to this part of the story where he's letting his performance do the talking.
Like you could say there was a point where I didn't really care so much about winning, and then you could say there was a tipping point, and then I started to care.
See what happened to Leclerc there? How he couldn't turn in any harder because he lost traction and went off the track? That's what would have happened to Lewis if he turned harder into that corner.
Well, too bad.
Yeah, too bad. Yeah, but that's like, so yeah, Max has got to watch out for that.
That's why he got a penalty, because he
But
didn't
he
do
took
it.
the corner perfectly. He took the perfect corner
Take
perfectly.
it perfectly. He hit the other
took it
car.
perfectly. The other car hit him.
Oh, come on. Come on now.
And now that car's
You wound
dead.
me up.
The car's in the trash heap.
Someone's hopes of winning championship are dead.
Oh, Daniel Ricciardo's never going to win that.
Yes. But he writes a
over.
fictional version where he's the reigning
Where
world
he wins.
champion.
So I want to pitch this show, right, where there's this plucky Australian,
Yeah.
Doesn't,
Like his
you know,
name is
speaks his
something
mind.
Like, yeah, exactly.
is underappreciated hero, some might say. Working class underappreciated hero.
But like he's like completely not full of himself at all. Like
No.
he's just cool about it.
Yeah,
Even though he's the
exactly.
best. And everyone just keeps
And
telling him, you're the best. And he's like, please, please. Just normal
The luck
person.
never goes his way. Until it does.
Until one day when there's a tipping point.
Until there's a tipping point where Mr. Mark Webber comes with a new car offer from Porsche Racing and says, only you, the full new Australian team, Porsche Australia Racing, Daniel Ricciardo
Putting
and Oscar
together a
Piastri.
super team.
And then suddenly, just when you think it's going to work out for Daniel, Oscar Piastri beats him in every single race.
That's end of season one. Cut to season two. It's like Ted Lasso. It's always bad at the end of the season. All good.
Yeah.
Depends.
I thought this was great too. And then Red Bull got
I
so
love these
angry
scenes.
that he celebrated with his home fans.
Oh, who cares? It's brilliant stuff. And Formula One needs stuff like that.
Yeah.
Lewis, like, I mean, he doesn't
It's
really
not a
do
result
it
that he
these
can be
days, but-
proud of. Oh, God.
Well, I mean, look, I won't defend any of that. That's just crap. But anyway.
I wonder if he's wearing the pants that match the shirt, the hat in this instance.
Well, does he design the hats still? Or I mean, he puts out custom hats. He's like, buy my Silverstone hat. I don't know if he personally has a hand in designing them. He probably does, though.
Yeah. Now they're NFTs, probably.
Yeah. Not fucking typical.
Not fucking tipping point. NFTs.
Yeah, not fucking tipping point.
Yes.
Man.
Fucking break the thing, man. He broke it himself, and the guy was helping him, and he's like, yeah.
Yes.
I love that. That's great. More of that.
Yeah, I'm all about it.
Yeah.
I was going to say, in the post-COVID days, he doesn't do much crowd surfing, but the shots of him crowd surfing into the crowd, it's just great stuff.
I want more. I just want Lewis Hamilton to be a part of Formula 1 for a really long time, because I actually think he's just genuinely good for the sport and would make it more cool and interesting and diverse and balanced and like for the right reasons. But I don't see it happening. I feel like he won't win the championship this year. But Mercedes will look stronger in the second half as they're already doing, and he'll try and win it next year. And then I think 2023 will be his last season. And then he'll be like, cool, I'm going to I've got other projects I need to go and do. And he'll go and do some other cool shit.
This is where, if I could be bothered, I would cut in a clip from you from 6 years ago saying exactly that.
Yeah? But about what year?
That Lewis, one more year, and then he's going to go off and be a famous rapper or a movie star or fashion designer. Like, well, of course he could do all of those things, but guess what? He didn't. And instead he won like a bajillion championships.
Yeah, but I didn't know that Mercedes would be that good for a long time.
Well, who knows? Anyway, the episode's finished. That's why we're going to. I don't know. What do we do when the episode's finished? Not much, really. Just go. That was a good episode. Or a bad one.
It was slow start. That could have been a 37-minuter, but instead it was a 48-minuter.
Too much Monaco stuff.
Yeah, but I suppose that was the weekend that Max got it right and everyone else got it wrong, and then Max just won all these races, and then Lewis came back. I would have just preferred a whole 35 minutes on the British GP, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe we don't. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know.
There you go.
It's going to be weird as well, because Max isn't really involved. He doesn't do any direct stuff for Drive to Survive anymore, right? So we're going to have a world champion who, like, we just had this, right? Like, no real access, and he won the world championship. And again, it's going to be worse this time. So
much worse.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
look,
right.
I mean, what we're saying is it's bad now. It's only going to get worse. You may as well, unsubscribe. Just give up.
Why did you bring this energy today? What is
I don't
this
even know
energy?
what's going on.
It's all over.
I don't know.
You don't like
it's
it?
all good.
Is it?
It's fine. Lewis is going to do better in the championship, I reckon. It's going to be good.
This season is not over. I know I just said it
No.
was, but
The fight may go right down to the wire. In fact, I think
Finish
Lewis'
the
episode's
fight.
good down to the wire.
I think there'll be a twist in the tail.
Sting in the tail?
I think you can have twist in the tail too.
You
And
can.
a tail is its tail is TALE, and then then a sting in the tail is TAIL.
And the sting is Sting from the police.
Yeah, or if there's a sting in the tail, it's actually a scorpion.
Oh, look at this. You're an ideas man. Well, thanks for listening or watching if you did that. We're going to do
I did
another
both
one
of those
again
things.
soon. Yeah, good. I was talking to you and to others at the same time.
Oh, right.
It was sort of a multi-audience kind of thing.
Sorry, yep.
Yeah, look, don't worry about him. Anyway, we are going to be back soon talking about races, which is going to be fun. There's a few races coming up. As you said, Silverstone, you'll be there, Zach. That's exciting for you.
Oh, fuck. Hey, you know what? If you're listening to this and you got a spare seat in your box or your garage or your land yacht or whatever it is, and you just want a fun guy to come along to keep the seat warm, just ask me. That's fine.
Yeah, there you go.
I won't even offer insight. I'll just be quiet.
We're an offer insight. What an offer on the table right there. If you want, if you want to bring someone, if you want to burn your ticket on someone who you won't even know is there, Zach's your man. He might. I reckon what you should be saying is something like, "I will buy you beers all weekend long if I get a ticket," something like that.
I will enrich your experience if you bring it along.
Yes, this is it. Bring it. Yes.
Yeah, I will enrich it. I'll. If you don't want to drive, if you get car sick, you can sit in the front. If you want the top bunk, you can have it. If you're going to the bar to get 4 pints and you can't quite hold all 4 of them, I will come and carry 2 back, even if one of them's not for me. I will stand in line for the toilet for you, and then when you're ready to go, I'll swap out.
What a man! This is why I'm friends with you.
I'll hold your bag if you need me to.
While I'm in the toilet. What's going on?
Yeah. Or just generally, if it's too heavy.
Wow. Okay. Well, look, we'll be back soon talking about races. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Data Square. We'll be back with another Data Square soon. We're talking about maybe even doing a double header at some point, so watch out for that. If that's your thing, then get strapped in, because it's coming. But soon, another episode about races, which will be, I don't know, another week or 2, 3, I don't know. It's coming soon.
Wait, some stuff to happen. Got races to happen, some more events, and then when we feel the pressure build enough, we can't hold
there's been a bit
anymore.
of news around, and I don't know.
Her Pierre Gasly has his contract announced twice, which is quite nice. Triple confirmed.
That's true. No, there's a bit going on. I mean, championship-wise, I feel like it's turning into a bit of the Max Verstappen show, but I'm sure there'll be other stories. We always excel at highlighting the stories no one else is looking at. So we'll be back soon to do that on Super License. Until then, I want you all to look after yourself and no sneaking ahead. If you're watching along with us, Drive to Survive, no sneaking ahead. Wait till the next episode to come out to watch it. Anything else, Zach? Any parting words?
No, that's it. Nice to speak to you all. Thank you for being a Patreon supporter. Thank you for listening along.
Yes.
We always like to hear from you. Hope you're enjoying these. We certainly are. And we'll catch you very soon.
Follow us on Twitter. We're at Super License. Join the Discord if you want to have a quick chat during race weekends or whatever. And until next time, my name's been Rod.
My name's been Zach.
Catch you on the flip side. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Ooh, yeah.